Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been quite a while since I uploaded a YouTube video, but I've been getting numerous messages from you guys regarding my skincare and what I did to basically get rid of my acne. I really have been inundated, and I thought the easiest way would be for me to just film a whole video for you guys and tell you exactly what I did to get rid of my acne and how I basically transformed my face from this to this in just a few months. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. I'm definitely going to be posting a lot more regularly here on YouTube. And yeah, ring the notification bell so that you never miss out on a video every time I upload it. So without wasting any more time, I know you guys are eager and keen to know what it is that I've been doing with my skin. So let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so first up, let me just tell you that there's a few different categories that I want to break this video up into. The first one being diet, the second one being vitamins or supplements, and the third one is mindset, and lastly, which maybe I would probably have to do a whole separate video on that. You guys can leave me a comment if you want to see my skincare routine. It's pretty basic right now, but we'd leave that for a whole separate video, I think. So in this video, we're just gonna concentrate on the three aspects. So first up is diet. So for me, I found that throughout my skincare journey, I started being more aware of what I was putting into my body, because food is the thing that basically makes our body function daily. And I noticed that there are a few things that when I used to eat it, it used to aggravate my acne, give me a breakout, and I basically started monitoring what I eat. And through that process, I noticed that dairy played a huge part in inflammation for me. So even with my sinuses, I also noticed like dairy was something that aggravated it. So I decided to remove dairy from my diet. I would obviously have the occasional cheese on a pizza or maybe a yogurt every now and then, but like plain Greek yogurt that has cultures in them. But other than that, I've totally changed my milk into like plant-based milk. If you guys follow me on Instagram, then you know I have switched totally over to like almond milk. I've tried oat milk, macadamia milk, but I tend to stick to almond milk. It also has lower calories to the other plant-based milk, and that has tremendously helped my body in total, just like inflammation. Even around my period time of the month, I noticed that I'm not so bloated like I used to be. So I think I actually, maybe in the last 2 to 3 years is when I made that change of like removing dairy from my diet, and I promise you it makes such a big difference. My sinuses are so much better not having dairy. So the other thing is, you guys know that I am a vegetarian, so I also try to have foods that don't inflame my body, because I find that if my body is inflamed, then I get more breakouts. So you can just like do a Google search on what foods causes inflammation. You think like fruits are healthy, but they do have high sugar levels, and that's the second thing that I want to talk about is sugar. So sugar is the other thing that I reduced from my diet. So I don't have sugar in any of my teas, coffees. Even if I had to bake something, I literally reduced the sugar to like more than half the amount that's required, or I use like a sugar alternative like xylitol. So that's something that I've also removed from my diet. Sugar, we don't have any kind of fizzy drinks, cool drinks as like totally out of our diet. Yes, you can have the occasional cool drink, I don't drink alcohol, so that's also something that could be a trigger. So yeah, so first was removing dairy, second was reducing my sugar intake, and then third is gluten. Although I don't have a gluten intolerance, I have also reduced the amount of gluten that I take. So I've opted for things like rice cakes, rice crackers. I would prefer eating rice. We don't actually eat like store-bought bread, those kind of things in my diet. And just by changing one or two things, I've noticed such a big difference. So the second thing is supplements and vitamins. So I've also been taking, and obviously this I kind of did my own research online. There's like so much of information online, and through this I did like a whole lot of research just through people's blogs, and I've just done a whole lot of research online. The next section is supplements and vitamins. So sorry, I'm looking down here. I wrote a few notes and I don't want to miss out anything, so hence why I'm looking down here. Yeah, so on the topic of supplements and vitamins, here I just basically went and did my own research and just found vitamins and supplements that helped acne. So the first one, and it's quite an important one, and I started taking this about, I'd say 3 years ago now, and just by adding the supplements and vitamins into my daily routine, I've noticed such a big difference with my skin and my breakouts. So the first one being zinc. Zinc is absolutely important for our bodies, and most importantly is to get the chelated zinc. So this is the one that I take from Solga, and it's very important that you get the chelated form. One's able to absorb into your body, and I just take like one of this daily, and like I said, I've been taking it for about 3 years now, and that has helped tremendously. I know like lots of people have added zinc into their diet now just because of COVID, and you know, zinc and vitamin D has been something to boost your immune system. The second thing that I've been taking is this Himalaya product called Eve Care. Can you see? And this one here, I was recommended by an Ayurvedic doctor to start taking this one, just also to regulate my period, because I like maybe about 3 years ago now, I did have very irregular periods. So I started taking this for my period, and it has really helped regulate it. And I find that it also helps my skin. Then what I did is I actually went to see a homeopathic doctor, and I had my bloods taken, and we found that my vitamin D levels were really low. So I did this about maybe 2 years ago, and I started taking these vitamin D3 drops. They are homeopathic drops, and I get this from Faithful to Nature. Like most of the products and vitamins that I take, I get it off Faithful to Nature. So I take these daily, and that's also helped with like energy levels and stuff. And usually you find that if you have a little bit of a hormone imbalance, a vitamin D deficiency, you do feel like sluggish and tired, and this has really helped me. So that's something that I take daily. I don't know if that's aiding in my skin being better. That's just something that I take, and it's beneficial. And honestly, if you're not going out into the sunlight daily, then the chances are you are deficient on vitamin D. And then the other thing that I started taking that helps with inflammation, so it's anti-inflammatory, it's curcumin, and this again I got from my homeopath. Curcumin is basically the active ingredient in turmeric. So you know, everyone's aware of all of the benefits of turmeric, it being like antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, antibacterial, all of that amazing stuff. But the thing that does it is the active ingredient, curcumin. So my homeopath prescribed curcumin to me. Again, you can buy that, you don't need a script or anything for that, and I've added that into my routine, and that definitely has made a huge difference just in my body in general, as well as an anti-inflammatory. Okay, So I think that's basically all the vitamins and supplements that I take. Then the third thing that I wanted to chat about is visiting the dermatologist. So I've been trying all of this kind of self-medicated products and self-prescribed vitamins and diet ideas, but they have helped to an extent where my skin was not like full-blown breakout. But I felt that I needed to see a professional because my acne was not going away. I still would get the monthly breakouts. I'd still get those painful ones. I had so much of scarring and I had like tiny kind of bumps in there. So I'm also obviously going to tell you what my dermatologist prescribed to me. Obviously you would have to go and see a professional for yourself because everyone's different, but I'm just sharing what worked for me, and maybe you could suggest it to your dermatologist as well. So I've been doing the previous two things, changed my diet, added the supplements and vitamins, and it did help my skin to an extent, but I found that I was still getting that monthly breakouts. I was still getting those one or two painful pimples, and I had a lot of scarring because I used to pick at my skin. So that's another thing that I want to talk about. That's like a whole other video, but I'm just going to touch on it a little bit here. The one thing that I used to always do was pick my face, and because I would feel it when I washed my skin, I would want to like pick at it, and that used to leave it in like a worse place that it was in, and I used to really have a really bad scarring, and it was basically self-inflicted. I would feel stressed out at work, and then I would unintentionally start picking at my face that evening. I'll be thinking about something and I would like be washing my face and my mind would be somewhere else, and then I start like picking at my face. I'll be stressed out about something and I'd be picking at my face, and I wouldn't even realize I was doing this. Only after I did, I was like, oh my god, what did I just do? And I think for me, that whole thing was more about not being present and not being aware of what was happening right here and now. I was here, but my mind was somewhere else. So when I went to see the dermatologist, he said that, well, he called it out to me, and it wasn't something new, but he did mention that all of the scarring that I had was just because I picked it. You know, it wasn't, yes, I had one or two scarring from the acne itself, but it was more from me picking my face, and that was like a self-inflicted thing. And when he mentioned that to me, it was like an aha moment for myself when I said, you know what, why am I doing this to myself? I need to start treating myself a lot better. And that's when I kind of made the conscious decision of no, every time I wash my face, if I'm feeling a bump or if I'm feeling like a clogged pore, I'm just gonna ignore it. When I am washing my face, I'm gonna be aware of what I'm doing. I'm not gonna be thinking about other things. So I had to really practice, and I've only got this, I'd say, in the last year, being like aware of my actions and being in the moment. So as I'm washing my skin, be aware that okay, I'm cleaning my skin now. This is what I need to do. I'm just cleaning my skin. Don't have any other thoughts. And if I'm feeling anything, it's fine. I'm in this process of clearing out my acne. I'm not going to pick at it. It will be fine. And that's what I kept saying to myself. And it might sound a bit silly, I know, but many of us are in this position where we treat ourselves really badly and we're not aware of it. Like, would you do that to somebody else? Would you go and inflict pain on another person unconsciously? You probably wouldn't. So why would you do that to yourself? And that's what I started saying. I started being kinder to myself. I started to also not look in the mirror and hate my skin. I started to say, no, my skin is getting better. I'm on this journey. It'll be fine. I used to get like really stressed out about my skin, like just looking at my skin. Once I used to remove my makeup, it used to really get me down, just looking at the marks and the breakouts. And I started to stop doing that to myself, because the more I'd look at it, the more down I'd feel, and then the more things I want to try and test out or pick, and it just was like a downward kind of spiral, and it wasn't doing me any good in the last few years. So that's a little bit on mindset, which I didn't actually plan to talk about in this video, but I guess I needed to say it because it kind of naturally happened. But yeah, there was a mindset change, and yeah, that was triggered when I went to see the dermatologist, when he was like, you know, listen here, all these marks that you have, you causing it, and you just need to stop picking your face. And that's when all of that started. I think I went to the dermatologist at the beginning of this year. So when I went to him, the first thing he wanted to do was obviously put me on Reaccutane. He suggested that I go on a short course of that. Now, I didn't want to put my body through that. That was a personal decision. I really didn't want to do that to my body, and I explained that to him. And so I asked if there was another alternative that he would recommend. So he said, yes, Reaccutane is like the best and quickest way, you know, to sort out your skin, but it's not the only way, and there are topical creams that I could use. It might take a little bit longer and it will help. So the two creams that he prescribed to me, the first one being Different Gel. This one I use at night, and I just use a pea-sized amount of this. This one was it's a retinol, and this is to help inflammation, help unclog those pores. I had a lot of like clogged pores because I have oily skin. So he did say that this is going to make my skin dry. I have oily skin, but my skin has been dehydrated. So that was something that we also needed to correct, because I've been using like so many anti-acne products, spot treatment. I basically dried out my skin to the point that it was dehydrated, but I still had oily skin. And it was giving me like more lines and wrinkles on my skin, making it look dry and like making me look a little bit more aged. So yeah, I had dehydrated skin. So what that's something that I forgot about in diet. I have like made water a very, very important part of my diet. I really try to drink. It's very hard in winter, but I try to obviously keep well hydrated throughout the day, and just like that hydration makes a huge difference. So yeah, this is the Different Gel that he prescribed for me to use at night. And then during the day, just on my breakouts and where I get the acne spot or the acne breakouts, he prescribed XoXo gel. So yeah, just on my breakouts, and I'd use this during the day, and you could use this under makeup and it would be totally fine. So moving on to my actual routine that he has given me, he basically asked me to stop everything that I was using. So I was basically at a stage where I was trying everything and anything, whatever I saw on TikTok, whatever I saw on Instagram, I would buy it and try it, and my skin was just aggravated, stressed out. It just needed like a time out basically. So he asked me to stop everything and just use these two creams, and then micellar water as a toner and a makeup remover, and then just use a gentle cleanser and a hydrating cream. So that's basically all I had. I had a gentle cleanser, micellar water, and then I would use one of these creams if it was day or night, and just a moisturizer to keep my skin hydrated, because this gel also tends to dry my skin. And that's basically been my skincare routine for the past few months, and it has helped my skin so much. You guys have seen evidence on my Instagram. Those of you that follow my Instagram, like I was quite open with you guys about my skin, and I did expose my bare skin to you just to show you what normal skin looks like. But you guys have seen how my skin has changed over the months, and the scarring has stopped because I stopped picking my skin. And then this Different Gel does help also with the scarring, the ones that were there. And yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. the last 8 or so months, I think, and I've been so happy with the results. I am supposed to go back to the dermatologist soon to just, you know, check my progress and see if I should continue with the creams. The other thing that I also do now is I look at ingredient lists of my makeup products. So I try to keep all of the makeup that I use clean as possible. I try to stay away from like high fragrance products. I try to stay away from products that have ingredients that's going to cause my pores to clog. So everything that I use makeup wise, I try and get it to be non-comedogenic, means that it's not going to clog my pores, so it's not going to potentially give me any breakouts. I'm still cautious about that, and I think I'm just in general more aware of what I put on my face, and I've just kind of like now cut it down to the minimum. He said I could slowly add in a little bit of like exfoliating toners, you know, that has your AHAs or BHAs in it. So I have been including a little bit of that a few times a week into my routine. And the other thing that I also noticed is that when I used to wear makeup, because I obviously had a lot of breakout, I had a lot of marks that I needed to cover up, I wasn't removing my makeup thoroughly. I was using like high coverage layers of makeup just to cover everything, but then I wasn't properly and thoroughly cleaning it, although I felt like I was, even though I would do like a double cleanse, I wasn't totally removing all of the makeup from my skin. And I think that sleeping with it or over a long period of time was also clogging my pores. And the thing that made a huge difference to my cleansing routine has been the Lumi Spa. Now, I know the Lumi Spa is a little bit of like a touchy topic to talk about, because every other day I get a new skin representative sending me a DM saying, hey, I have this great business idea, do you want to learn more about it? And it can sometimes become a little bit annoying, if I may say. But I was approached by one of my friends about the Lumi Spa, and I thought, you know what, I've been hearing about this, I've been seeing so many demos, like, is this device really amazing? Because it's not really cheap. So I decided to actually invest in it and do like a test for myself. I actually did this through lockdown last year because I was not going for any facials or anything, and I felt like, okay, that was a at-home device, it would be nice, you know, to have and exfoliate my skin. So yeah, if you want to see my review on the Lumi Spa, then I have a video on that on my Instagram. I show you my before and after pictures. I did like an honest review on the device, and I truly am satisfied with it. I really do think it's quite an amazing tool. I'll put the link down below to that IGTV video. That's been something that's really also helped my cleansing routine. I was just like amazed by the amount of makeup that still came off my face, and I showed you a little demo after I so-called double cleansed my skin. So that has also helped my skin. So yeah, that's everything that I've been doing. Obviously SPF is also a very, very important. So the last thing that I have added to my routine is SPF, and I also have been trying a lot of SPFs, different ones for obviously skin of color, because I hate looking like that ashy gray blue color. And I usually find that if I use a physical or a mineral sunblock, which is what we should be using, it tends to leave me looking like ashy gray. So I've been trying a few sunblocks. Most of them are SPF 50, and I found a few that I like. So if you want to see a video on my favorite sunblocks for skin of color, just leave me a comment below and then I can film that video for you. But at the moment I'm using this Helio Care. It's the water gel sunscreen, SPF 50, and it's perfect for acne prone skin, and this one here especially if you're dehydrated. So yeah, I've been enjoying that. And then just one last thing that I've added to my routine, and that's just like for general health, gut health, because your gut is really, really important for your skin. The thing that I've added is probiotics. So that's something that I also was recommended to start taking by my homeopath. She recommended I take a probiotic daily, and that has really helped. And then I also drink kombucha, so I love this one here. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, you know I'm always drinking the Soli's kombucha in the raspberry flavor. It's really good. It has live cultures in them, so it's also good for gut health. And when you have a good functioning gut, your skin is a lot clearer. So that's it for me. As you can see, I've done a lot of different things, but don't feel that you need to go and like get everything that I mentioned right now. You can start off with small steps. Start off with your diet. Like it's not going to be easy at first, I promise you. Like cutting out dairy was not easy at all, but once you do it and you see how good you feel, and like your skin starts looking better, you want to keep at it. So yeah, baby steps. Start with your diet, move on to your supplements, and then if you feel like you need to see a dermatologist thereafter, then I suggest you do go visit one. Honestly, if you don't have to go down that route of Reaccutane, I would advise you against it, because before taking it, please go and research all of the side effects of Reaccutane, especially to a woman's body. So that is my personal opinion, but just do your research. Everything that I shared obviously worked for me, and it's been my journey, but each of you would obviously have to go through your own journey. But just be aware of your body, be aware of everything that's going on, and yeah, be kind to yourself. Like it's amazing, your internal conversations, what a big impact it can have on you, on your body, and just your overall self-care. So yeah, that's it from me. I hope you guys found this video informative and helpful, and I really wish you all the best on your acne journey, or your skincare journey, or just on your personal journey in general. I obviously want to share everything that I try and everything that I learn with you guys, because I wish that there was someone out there when I was trying to look and figure out a way to sort out my skin. I wish that there was someone out there that would really tell me what worked with them and be open and honest, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, if you try any of the things that I suggested, please let me know. You can DM me on Instagram, you can leave me a comment here on this video, but I really would like to know how it goes for you. So I wish you all the best, and I will speak to you all soon. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Bye. Ooh. Is it connected? Okay. Action!